Breastfeeding broke my heart, or rather, the inability to truly breastfeed broke my heart. You have insufficient glandular tissue. These are the words spoken to me by my lactation consultant after what seemed like hours as she poked and prodded my breasts. I was 3 weeks into being a new mom, and I was an emotional wreck. Breastfeeding was going horribly. I was hardly producing any milk, and despite all my attempts, I just couldn't figure out why. So when she uttered those words, I must have let out a nervous laugh or something, because she placed her hand on my shoulder, looked me straight in the eyes, and said it again. You have insufficient glandular tissue. And then, it's not your fault. Well, she opened up a floodgate of tears, and I think they were tears of relief. Really? So I'm not some crazy, inept new mom doing everything wrong? I've been doing everything in my power to breastfeed, and when I say everything, I mean it. I did it all. Supplements, tubes taped to my breasts while my son nursed, pumping like a crazy woman. Still, never did I get that sensation of fullness or that my milk was coming in. Never. Back at home, scrutinizing my breasts in the mirror, I could see now what she was talking about. All the signs were there. The shape of my breasts, no change in them during pregnancy, no milk coming in after giving birth. I wasn't crazy. It wasn't my fault. I continued to study my breasts, looking at them in a whole new light. They had betrayed me. Not functional, just there. Me trying desperately to make them do what they should do, what all women should be able to do. I looked at them. I hated them. They broke my heart. Still, I did all I could to coax that milk out. At the height of my breastfeeding experience, I got a whopping 2 ounces. This was after 3 months of nonstop nursing and pumping. And those 2 ounces, wow, did they ever make me effervescent. I treated it like gold and dutifully saved it for my son's next feeding. I would mix it with formula, which somehow lessened the pain of me giving it to him. Problem is, those 2 ounces would only happen 2 to 3 times per day. I remember being embarrassed, ashamed that I couldn't nurse my son. Every fiber in my being wanted it so badly. I longed for those quiet nursing sessions, the peaceful sound of swallowing, of satisfied murmurs. It never happened. It's embarrassing to admit, to talk about, but it's exactly what I have. I spent months trying to force these dysfunctional breasts into production. The time, the effort put in, all for a measly ounce or 2. Still, I kept at it because I'm a woman, a mother. I should be able to breastfeed. Please don't judge me. You don't know. If you've never experienced this, how can you possibly know? Still, there will be those who will quietly think she gave up. She didn't really try everything. I did. Believe me, I did. I hated feeding my baby in public. I never could just sit down, cover up, and nurse. I envied those mothers. I wanted to be that mother. Instead, I stayed home, nursed for 20 minutes, then pumped while giving him his real meal, the bottle of formula. Our nursing sessions were just the appetizer. Please don't stare at me as I reach for that bottle, feed my baby, and think, I can't believe she doesn't breastfeed her baby. The blow to my self-esteem as a mother, as a woman, still hurts. I remember our last pseudo-nursing session. My son was 5 months old, and I knew what supply I had pretty much dwindled to almost nothing. We were quietly playing, and I picked him up to give him some cuddles. He turned in like he wanted to nurse. That filled my heart with so much joy. He still loved it. The tiny amounts he did get, the bonding. For a moment, I pretended I was one of those moms, the ones with ample breast milk. I brought my baby close and I nursed him. It lasted all but about 5 minutes, and I could physically feel him draining those last drops of gold. He let out a sigh of contentment. I was overjoyed, content. My angel didn't fuss. He wasn't frantically searching for more. It was like he knew. Tears were streaming down my face, and just like that, it was over. We both sat there for a few moments, mother and baby cuddled together, happy. Soon the hunger set in. My baby started to fuss, but I was somehow at peace as I went to make him that bottle. Looking back at my growing boy, I finally saw my body in a whole new light. I am a woman, a mother whose body created and nourished this beautiful boy for 9 months, a mother who went through 16 hours of labor and delivered this 8-pound, 4-ounce healthy baby, a mother who, in spite of insufficient glandular tissue, continues to nourish, love, and adore this baby that I've been blessed with. And with that knowledge, that realization, I try to stop beating myself up over it. I stop focusing on what my body could not do for my children, and I focus on everything it could and can do. And with each passing day, that part of my heart that has been broken is mended. One little hug, kiss, laugh, and cry at a time.